Welcome NAG readers, it's time for another NAG show and we are celebrating number 20. In this episode we look at two super hot pieces of mobile technology. The first is a really cool pocket gaming console that emulates a whole bunch of retro gaming platforms. You may have seen these online. I picked one up in China a few weeks back and let me tell you, I've been having loads of fun. Then I get my hands on a hot new piece of nothing, the Nothing Phone 2, a superb smartphone that sports a few unique features. Is cheaper than a lot of the flagship phones out there and will certainly help you stand out from the digital crowd. And finally, as we celebrate the 20th episode of NAG Show, we'll be giving away a 200 Rand Steam voucher, or we'll send you the cash. All you need to do is find the badger in this episode. But be warned, I made it extra difficult. Once you spot him, drop a comment with a timestamp in the comments below. The first person to leave the comment to say they found him will win the prize. We'll check the timestamps across all platforms to ensure that the first comment actually wins. Good luck, guys. Logo. And the sponsor for this episode is Catz. Thanks for your support, guys. More on them later in this episode.
We feel you. There was nothing quite like paging through a new NAG magazine. The smell of those freshly printed pages, incredible game artwork, and of course, all the gaming and hardware insights you can handle. Did you know that the NAG magazine is back in print? Yes!
Grab the latest copy online. It's the 2023 annual edition and each magazine is individually numbered. You can also look forward to an exclusive poster in each magazine, and there are 2 cover DVDs with exclusive game demos, apps and many hidden Easter eggs. Get yours at shop.nag.co.za before they're all gone.
How good is your video game knowledge? Do you want to amaze your friends with deep gaming insights? Then try and answer these gaming questions in this week's Quest for Knowledge.
Question 1. Which game released in 2009 is known for its extensive character customization and follow the protagonist Commander Shepard? Question 2. What game features a distinct art style and takes place on the planet Pandora? And question 3. What game released in 2014 is a co-op first-person shooter involving 4 players fighting against zombies in a city? Should be easy enough. How do you think you did? Check out the answers at the end of the show, the very end, after the credits. There's nothing like an Android phone that introduces cool new features that set it apart from all the other glass bricks out there. I've been eager to get my hands on the Nothing phone since it first launched in the market in 2022. If you've been following the smartphone scene closely, you may find it interesting to hear that Nothing has its roots in another great brand. Carl Pei, the founder of Nothing, was also the co-founder of OnePlus, another awesome mobile phone brand that I've really enjoyed. Investors in Nothing Phone include Tony Fadell, who was involved with the iPod, Twitch co-founder Kevin Lin, Reddit CEO Steve Huffman, and YouTube personality Casey Neistat. This phone is like nothing you've seen before and features one of the most unique back designs in recent memory. This gorgeous translucent design is similar to the Nothing Phone 1, but comes with a few aesthetic tweaks. And I really can't get enough of looking at this phone. The Nothing Phone features a really cool glyph light-up system that lets you customize it for notifications. And it features one of the most unique operating systems that I've seen yet, the Nothing OS 2. Hardware-wise, the Phone 2 sports a 6.7-inch AMOLED display, dual 50-megapixel rear cameras with a 32-megapixel front camera. Under the hood, you'll find the Snapdragon 8 Plus Gen 1 processor, and our review unit had 12GB of RAM with 256GB of storage. For those who keep track, the Nothing Phone 2 has a 4700 mAh battery and dual SIM slots. As I said, the operating system is one of the things that makes this phone unique. It features a lot of really nice personal touches that really makes this phone feel like you're buying into a much classier lifestyle. There are a lot of customizable options for the UI that allows you to make this phone your own. The glyph interface on the back of the phone is the most recognizable aspect of the Nothing Phone 2, and there are a few ways in which you can customize it. You can set notifications for apps or create custom light shows for your notifications using the Glyph Composer, and you can even let it run with music visualization. Of course, we really only care about one thing. Can this phone run games? In short, the answer is yes. That Snapdragon 8 Plus Gen 1 chipset is great for gaming, and we managed to run the resource-heavy Call of Duty Warzone Mobile for hours without any issues. That 120 MHz screen refresh rate means you'll get smooth visuals in games that support it, and even browsing social media feels buttery smooth. Running benchmarks, 3D Mark delivered a score of 2,656, while Geekbench produced a GPU score of 6,024, and the CPU multi-score was 4,437. Of course, going hands-on with this is the best way to gauge these things, so I loaded up one of the most processor-intensive games around, Call of Duty Warzone Mobile. The Nothing 2 handles this game beautifully. I configured the max settings for this game, and it handled things just fine. There's no doubt that this is one of the most recognizable phones around, and you'll want to place it face down on the table to show it off. The Nothing Phone 2 is set to release in July sometime, and we'll bring you more information closer to the launch. During my recent trip to Shenzhen, China, I managed to find the brand new SZDiier, or however you say that, the D-R35 Plus handheld gaming console. I picked it up in the electronics market that I visited, and even though I was looking for a few other brands, this seemed to be the predominant one. At least I got the latest model. Launched this year, this budget gaming console offers loads of retro gaming for around $700 or $800, and you can easily pick them up on AliExpress for around that same price. I managed to barter my way into two of these devices for just 1,000 Rand when I was in China recently, but I've since seen numerous other models locally too, although you must take a closer look at the specifications for these. These handheld gaming consoles are essentially just emulators that runs various retro gaming platforms. The DR35 Plus is a budget handheld gaming console that offers a really good emulator experience for first-time console owners, but more seasoned retro gamers might find it a bit lackluster. This is because the SZDiier is a Famiclone of sorts. This product is a clone of other devices in the market, such as those from Anbernic and PowerKitty. Right out of the box, this console feels solid in hand with a bit of weight behind it to give it a really premium feel. The translucent matte plastic has enough grip on it, and the speakers sound good enough for the experience. There's even a 3.5mm audio jack if you want to plug in headphones. The 3.5-inch screen offers a resolution of 640 by 480 pixels and looks great indoors. It's a bit dim for proper outdoor gaming, but your usage may vary. In terms of games, this console has loads. While numbers hurled at me at the time the salesman greeted me were greatly and varied up to the millions, but in all reality, there's only a few thousand games on here. The emulators running on this handheld include MAME, Sega, Mega Drive, the Super Famicom, NES, Game Boy, Game Boy Advance, and Game Boy Color. Then there's the PS1 and a bunch of arcade simulators that I'm not too familiar with, but the games you'll certainly recognize. It must be noted that the PS1 simulation is not the best around, as this is an entry-level device and is not as powerful as other handheld gaming simulators on the market. There is a folder where you can upload your own ROMs too, but I've not yet had a need to use it. I also like that you can set your games to favorites to get to them easier, as the navigation UI is not that great. Worse even is that not all games have proper names or graphics, so it can be tough to find what you're looking for. Given the time, I'd clean it up myself, but to be honest, by that stage, I'd rather just upgrade to something different. All in all, I was pleasantly surprised with what this console can offer from an entry-level point of view. For a few $100, it's really not that bad. The D-pad and joysticks feel good enough, and you can customize your button configuration in the settings menu. Sadly, there's not much else to configure on this handheld. If you have the budget, I'd still rather recommend an Ayano or Anbernic, as these devices offer better operating systems and ROM management capabilities. If you can't get to China, you can check out the SZDiier D-R35 Plus on Takealot or AliExpress. You'll find some of those models there. Logo. And finally, what would a NAG show be without my latest mobile gaming obsession? It's another Netflix game title, and will have you screaming forward, jump, jump, faster than you can say KTV. Sonic Mania Plus is a true throwback to the original games, where you zip through levels to collect rings and take down any threats as Sonic, Tails, or Knuckles. In this game, practice and timing is everything. As you go faster, the risks get tighter. There are two game modes to choose from, Mania mode and Encore mode, as this game pays homage to the old Sonic games. It's a remixed retro platformer that is filled with Easter eggs from past Sonic games. If you're a fan of the old school Sonic games, this one is for you. It's all out Sonic Mania. And as you've seen before, all NAG mobile games are reviewed on the Samsung Galaxy S24 Ultra, a powerful mobile phone that delivers incredible performance for the most demanding mobile games. And that's it for episode 20 of The NAG Show. Until the next show, don't forget to check out all our channels across YouTube, Facebook, X, Instagram, and Game Explorers, the channel on the Ayoba app. You can also check out the NAG shop to grab your copy of the latest NAG magazine and that amazing DIN X racer from Cooler Master. You might want to check that one out. Until the next episode, NAG out.